Hey everyone, in today's video I'm going to be showing off my entire Nintendo video game collection for every home console that I own. So everything basically from the NES era to the Wii U, I'm going to be showing off in this video. Switch games have their own video, and I also have a separate video for my handheld Nintendo games. Yeah, so let's get started. And by the way, I'm going to be showing off just some of my digital games, not all, because I do have some games spread out across multiple systems, and I can't be bothered to just plug in one other console just for the sake of showing a couple more games. But yeah, let's get started. So first, we've got the NES Classic Edition. Comes packed with 30 classic NES games. I've yet to actually plug this in and try it myself. I'm hoping it actually works, because I'd be pretty bummed out if it didn't. So yeah. So as you can see, here's all the games that are in it. I'm sure you guys already know about this. I'll be honest, not really too into the NES all that much, because it's a very old console, so a lot of these games suffer from dated game design. But still, it's nice to have as a Nintendo fan. Next up, we have the Super Nintendo Classic Entertainment System. Classic Edition comes with 21 games, along with the never-before-released Star Fox 2. Those of you unaware, Star Fox 2 was completed for the Super Nintendo, but they never released it. Like, they had it up and running and everything, but they just didn't bother releasing it. So this console comes with just about everything, just about every popular game for the system. As you can see on the back, here's all the games that you get. I actually have my own. I was actually planning on doing some unboxing videos with both these systems, but I ultimately decided against it, since I just want to preserve these things as best as possible. I don't know, I'm just one of those kinds of guys that just doesn't want to touch it. But yeah, that's it for the NES and SNES games. For Nintendo 64 games, I have them through the Virtual Console, so I'll get to that later. But let's actually get to the GameCube, and I only own one GameCube game here. Oh boy. And that is Sonic Heroes. Yeah, this is the only GameCube game I actually own legally. Yeah, it's an okay game, I guess. Definitely gets repetitive with playing the whole game 4 different times. But hey, it's better than what happened in Shadow the Hedgehog. I'll give it that. But yeah, that's really it. Oh my goodness. Let's actually move on to my, assuming this thing actually stays up. Right. I'll just lay that down flat. Alright, let's actually get onto my Nintendo Wii games. And, for a while, that was my console. It was the console I played on the most. I didn't have internet at the time, so I didn't really experience online multiplayer. Not that it really mattered, because there weren't too many online multiplayer games for the Wii anyways. So let's actually get these two out of the way. Wii Sports and Wii Sports Resort. These were pack-in games that came with my original Wii. I had a lot of enjoyment out of these games, especially Wii Sports Resort. I really loved playing them. Really did. Moving on, let's, alright. I have a couple games here. I got Wii Party, Christmas, as sort of a Christmas present, back in 2010 when I got my Wii. I had a lot of fun with this. Really did. The party board, the mini games, everything. I had a lot of enjoyment out of them. Got a lot of enjoyment out of it. Really did. Next up, Glacier 3: The Meltdown. This was more of one of those shovelware titles that I got from Zellers before they kind of went bankrupt. There's actually a couple more stores around somewhere, but they're pretty irrelevant. But yeah, I actually got some enjoyment out of this. Probably gonna try it. If I'm ever gonna play this game, it would just be just for the heck of it. Really, I could just sell this, but you know, I have some fond memories with this, so I won't. Alright, next 4 games. Skylanders, Spyro's Adventure, Giants, Swap Force, and Trap Team. All of which I got for less than all of which I paid less than $5. Well, actually, yeah, I think I actually paid 3, 2. Yeah, I paid less than $10 for all of these games. It's amazing. And I already had and all I had to do, I think, was just, yeah, yeah. Oh, no. I have also Skylander Superchargers Racing, which I actually got first, and then I bought these. Now, the way the Skylanders works is that the portals, specifically, for this game, is compatible with just about every single game here, except Trap Team. So, I don't need to worry about getting a new portal for all these games separately. I also have the Skylanders toys from the 3DS version. So I didn't have to pay too much for these at all. I barely started with Spyro's Adventure. Haven't really gotten too far into it. Maybe just for the sake of it, I'll finish it one day. Who knows? Or maybe I could just buy the game again on another platform. Since this game is purely a racing game as opposed to the HD versions, which actually feature platforming. They pretty much couldn't get this game running on the system, so they just took the racing components and made it into its own separate thing. I should mention that if you buy the Wii and 3DS version, the starter pack specifically, you get Bowser, which also doubles as both a Skylander and Amiibo. But if you get the Wii U version, you get Donkey Kong, which, you know, is a nice acknowledgement it's a nice nod from Nintendo. I mean, they kind of jumped in on the bandwagon a bit too late, though. In fact, if anything, Skylanders was originally pitched to Nintendo, but they decided to not go for the exclusivity deal. So they probably lost out on that. Oh well. Yeah, let me go. I'll just show off the Sonic games first. So we have Sonic Colors, Sonic and Black Knight, and Sonic and the Secret Rings. No, hands down, Sonic Colors is the best of all 3 of them. I think Sonic Unleashed comes second, which I don't actually have here. I have it for the PS2, though the Wii version is largely the same thing, just with motion controls. Oops. Sonic and the Black Knight and Secret Rings are pretty mediocre games at best. You know, they heavily rely... They're part of the so-called Storybook series, which heavily rely on the motion controls. You cannot use regular controllers at all for these, unfortunately. And it's a shame, really, that they ended up the way they did. But stuff like this happens. Moving on, we have Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2. They're both very well done platformers. Definitely worth getting. Both of them. They're must-haves for your system. And same with Sonic Colors. These 3 games are a must-have for the system. They're really great. Next up, I don't really have much else. Oh yeah, I got Link's Crossbow Training for the Wii. Got this for like 50 cents, I think. Even less than that with my Edge Platinum card. It's supposed to come with that Wii Zapper that was bundled. That was sold as peripheral. Yeah, I didn't get that. I just bought this for like 50 cents and that's it. Yeah, I haven't actually tried this. Maybe I'll try it just for the novelty of it. Who knows? Next up, Super Mario All-Stars. This is actually a re-release of Super Mario All-Stars on the Super Nintendo, but for the Wii. And amazingly, I got this for $5.99. I'm actually pretty shocked that they actually gave that for such a cheap price. I mean, Mario games, if you've been following Nintendo, they almost never go down in price. So it's a miracle that that this thing was less than $10. So it comes with 4 games. all of which are from the NES era, but they were remade in the they were remade using the Super Nintendo's hardware, and as I said, they were released as part of Super Mario All-Stars for the Super Nintendo back in the day, and this is just a re-release. So it's nice to have, I guess, you know, if you're a Mario fan and you're curious about how these games would look on a Super Nintendo, I guess. But really, I just have it just for the sake of collecting. Nothing else there. Splinter Cell 4 Wii. This is actually just Splinter Cell Double Agent, the Wii version. I actually have this game on, I think I have this on PS3, and I can't remember if I have this also. No, I don't think I have this on Xbox 360. Maybe I do, I don't know, but I do know that every single version is different in some way. The game was released during the transitional period from the 6th generation to 7th generation, so it got a release on just about every platform you could imagine that was relevant at the time. I'm actually impressed that they actually did such a thing back in the day. I mean, that's a lot of resources to dedicate, guys. It really is, and especially compared to, I mean, I thought the transition to this generation was quite the achievement, but well. Fine. Oh yeah, Sins and Punishment Star Successor. This is actually a sequel to a Nintendo 64 game, which I also have through the Virtual Console. I've yet to actually try it, but I've heard it's a really good rail shooter. Who knows? Maybe Nintendo will make another game in another 10 years. Who knows? And finally, I got these two other games, which don't have cases. Red Steel. I think this game was somewhat successful on the Wii. I mean, it got a sequel from what I heard. And The Blob Tube by THQ. Those you who have been following the gaming industry will know that THQ is no longer a thing. They went bankrupt, and this franchise was bought out by Nordic Games, which then changed its name to THQ Nordic. Yeah, not much to say about this. I mean, almost wish I just waited just to get this on the Switch, but you know, it was $5 and I saw it there. So, and plus this was designed for the Wii originally, so I'm not going to complain. All right, and that's it for the Nintendo Wii, physically, anyways. Let's actually move on to the Nintendo Wii U. There's actually quite a bit here, surprisingly. Yeah. Okay, so I actually had like a couple games before even owning the system. Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival was one of these games. I got this for $5. $5. This game itself, yeah, not very good from what I've heard. I haven't even bothered putting it in my Wii U. So, yeah. This was just a means to sell the Amiibos, really. It's a shame, really, because we really could have gotten a really great Animal Crossing game on the Wii U. Heck, I think I would have been, now that I think about it in hindsight, I think we could have just gotten a port of New Leaf. I think they could have just done that and just called it a day, really. But oh well. This one, Guitar Hero Live for the Wii U. Oh boy. I found this at Dollarama for $4. $4. And mind you, this was over $100 when it first launched back in 2015. And I got this, I think, somewhere between 2017 and 2018 for $4 measly bucks. I mean, wow, this game must have bombed so hard, especially on Wii U, that they had to put him in a dollar store. Yeah, I tried it at a friend's house since I didn't own a Wii U at the time. It was a bit bare. I had problems getting it to work. So that kind of put me off a bit. I haven't tried it since then. Maybe I will, maybe I won't, who knows. Maybe I'll just keep it there just for the sake of saying, hey, I own this game for Wii U, but there was really only a couple of games that's really worth getting a Wii U for, and unfortunately, most of these games do not qualify. Sonic Lost World. I was actually shocked to find out that the download code for this still actually works. I mean, the download code itself expired like years ago, and yet still works for some reason. As for the code itself, it's for a bonus stage, the Nights into Dreams bonus stage. The only benefit of actually having the Wii U version is that you do get 2 Nintendo exclusive stages, one centered around Yoshi and one centered around Zelda. So there's that, if you're interested. Otherwise, you could just get this on PC, since they eventually did release it on that platform. Still haven't released it on any other home console, though, so this is still technically an exclusive, I guess. Again, I like the... If you guys watch my 3DS video, you'll know that I covered this. You may know that I actually covered... I was really looking forward to this game when it was right before launch, and unfortunately, the game got some mixed reviews. It wasn't exactly what everyone expected, and I still haven't actually finished the game. I even have the PC version as well, though my PC can't handle it, so I'm stuck. I'm limited to this version. Yeah, not much else I really gotta say. Super Smash Brothers for Wii U. Almost wish I kind of regretted it. Almost kind of regretted this now, because I actually bought this a month before Smash Brothers Ultimate came out, and I didn't really play too much of it. I don't know. I'm actually, if I'm being honest, I'm a bit disinterested in the Smash Brothers series. Maybe I just got burnt out, or probably because I just didn't have any friends to play with, or maybe it's the fact that Smash Brothers Ultimate is bringing back a lot of content that we've already seen, just on Switch, and that's it. Still, if anything, even though you can get Smash Brothers on the Switch now, if you're a Nintendo fan, just have this in your collection. Just I would say just get this, at a discounted price. Because this does feature its own set of exclusive content. It's not much, but it's still something. So there is value in having this, especially since you can use the 3DS as a controller, and a variety of other controllers for that matter. The Switch, all you got is the Pro Control, the Joy-Cons, and the Game Controller. This, look at the options. Yeah, I'll give it that much. Skylander Superchargers, as I mentioned earlier, you buy this version, you get Donkey Kong. I got this news for $5, so I didn't get any of the figures. Hopefully I'll get it eventually. Hopefully I can find the Donkey Kong one eventually for dirt cheap. Who knows? This one I also got on sale, $5, Nintendo Land. Surprised they actually dropped the price to just $5. I mean, this is Nintendo we're talking about, and they almost never go down in price. Rodea the Sky Soldier. This is actually a very interesting case. So this is one of the few games I had before I actually got the Wii U, and the reason I got this was because this game was created by the original creator of Sonic the Hedgehog, Yuji Naka, and he left Sega, I think, around 2005 or so. And one of the games he created was Rodea the Sky Soldier. It was revealed back in 2010, but for 5 years nothing was said about it. I think 5 years. For roughly almost 5 years, almost nothing was really said too much about it, until it finally got a release on both the Wii U and 3DS. To unfortunately negative reception. Now, the one saving grace is that if you get the Nintendo Wii U version, you also get the original Wii version, which I don't have inside. You get the original Wii version of the game as a bonus. This game was originally developed for the Wii, but unfortunately, for whatever reason, they never released it. Back then, I think it was like done or something like that. And what they ended up doing was they ported the Wii version onto the 3DS, and by that point the Wii was already dead, like in terms of support, commercially anyways. And so they decided to just bring the game to the Wii U. However, instead of just porting over the Wii version, they ported it over to the 3DS version, which, considering is a much weaker system than the Wii, featured a lot of changes that ultimately garnered the Wii U and 3DS version negative reception, while the Wii version does have a more positive reception to it. So yeah, there is something to behold here. I tried the Wii version. I'm not really liking it, I'll be honest. It's a shame, but oh well. Super Mario 3D World. This is hands out this is one of the only reasons to get the Wii U at the moment, unless they port it over. I'm hoping I wish they ported it over, but also at the same time, if they did that, I'd have no reason to have this anymore, now wouldn't I? Same for Wind Waker HD, although in the case of Wind Waker HD, it was originally a GameCube game, but of course this is an HD remaster with high definition visuals and gamepad support and all that. I haven't really played it. I mean, it's still nice to have, of course. Again, hopefully it does get the Switch treatment at some point, because I would like to have a console where I can just play most of the Zelda games on without having to switch, no pun intended, from platform to platform. Oh right, I can't believe I forgot. Oh, man, I do apologize. Yeah, I forgot one Wii game. Super Smash Bros. Brawl. Yeah, I had some fun with it. Didn't really. I still don't think I've unlocked all the characters. I have yet to unlock Wolf yet. I did get through the Subspace Emissary again. And yeah. Alright, well that basically covers it for my physical collection. So please excuse the jump cut, but I will be moving on to my Nintendo Wii and Wii U to show off the rest. Alright guys, so here we are at my Nintendo Wii, and yeah, not really much to show off here. So I have Crunchyroll, I've got Netflix. Don't know if those things actually still work. Got some demos here for Fast Racing League and Final Fantasy My Life as King. I got Paper Mario, I got Sins and Punishment, Bomberman 92. Let's see here, what else? Oh, sorry, Bomberman 93, Fantasy Zone, Axe. I forgot what that's called. Axe something. Jet Rocket demo. Oh yes, Axlay and Jet Rocket demo. So yeah, they're for the most part virtual console games, except this one, and this one, and this one. Yeah, not much I can really say. I'm not sure if I have anything else on the. Yeah, no, this is it for my Wii. So let's actually move on to my Nintendo Wii U now. Okay guys, now here we are on my Nintendo Wii U. And on the Wii U itself, I got a couple games here. Wii Sports Club, Crunchyroll, YouTube app, Netflix. Mini Mario and Friends Amiibo Challenge. Yeah, I don't really have much in terms of actually Wii U games. Alright, I actually tried getting Fatal Frame, but it doesn't look like it worked. There's also the Amiibo Tap thing. Yeah, not really much. I will say though, if you are going to get a Nintendo Wii U, at the very least get a 32GB one, because 8GB one, you can barely run. You can't even fit. You can barely fit one game onto the hard drive, or heck, you can barely fit anything on it. So let's actually go to the Wii mode, because that's actually where most of the games I have for the Wii U actually are. Yeah, to my surprise and delight, the previous owner of this system actually owned quite a bit of content in the Wii menu. For those of you somehow unaware, the Nintendo Wii U is completely backwards compatible with the Nintendo Wii. In fact, it straight up emulates the system entirely. As you can see here, it just looks basically like the Nintendo Wii menu. Even has the Wii Shop channel, which unfortunately is going to be shutting down. But you can also download games that were originally available through the Wii Shop channel. So in a way, the games that aren't available through the Wii U's eShop are still playable. So I have here Mega Man X2, I think Final Fantasy My Life as a King, Mega Man 9, Mega Man 10, Final Fantasy 4, the years after, Kirby's Adventure, Zelda 2, Super Mario Bros., The Legend of Zelda, Super Mario Bros. 2 The Lost Levels, Kid Icarus, Castlevania, Ninja Turtles, Super Mario Bros. 2 USA, Metroid, Mega Man, Super Mario Bros. 3, Mega Man 3, Ghosts and Goblins, Mega Man 2, Final Fantasy, Mega Man 4, Mega Man 5, ActRaiser, Super Mario World, The Legend of Zelda, A Link to the Past, Super Metroid, Diddy Kong Country 2, or Donkey Kong Country. Oh, wait. Oh, Donkey Kong Country 2, Diddy's Quest, or something like that. Breath of Fire, Final Fantasy 2, Super Mario RPG, Kirby Superstar, Kirby's Dream Land 3, Secret of Mana, Final Fantasy Mystic Quest, Mega Man X, Shining Force 2, Shining Force, Earthworm Jim, Super Mario 64, Zelda Ocarina of Time, Paper Mario, again, Yoshi's Story, Zelda Majora's Mask, Mario Party 2, Defend Your Castle, Dr. Mario Online RX, Mega Man X2, and I think we're back. Oh yeah, we're already back to the... Yeah, so I have like several dozen games, like I think, yeah, more than almost 4 dozen games here. So thanks to the previous owner. Really ought to thank you, whoever you are, for letting me have trading in your Wii U, which had all these great games on them. That pretty much ends this video, guys. If you actually stuck around for almost half an hour, I really can't thank you enough. I'm going to continue making content this year, hopefully, and I hope you guys continue to enjoy them. I've been doing this thing for nearly, I think, 4.5 years now. I think it was like the summer of 2014 that I actually started doing this. My channel hasn't really seen too much growth compared to a lot of other popular YouTubers, but hey, what can you do? But yeah, as always, like, comment, and subscribe, guys, and I will see you in my next video, whatever that may be. And have a good night. Bye.